Welcome back, guys. We're on the second modules now, changing the name server, which is the NS record, and this is where you know this is where the rubber meets the road. So we're starting to this training is starting to kick in now. So you remember last time we recorded or we registered a domain. That's our domain there, Understanding WordPress Training. So what we need to do is we need to simply get into this domain. And now the things that we're looking at here is the records that we're looking at here is the name server records. That's it. At the moment, this is pointing to GoDaddy because that's where we registered the domain. So we need to change this because GoDaddy is not my hosting provider. My hosting provider is HostGator. So that's my web hosting provider. This is GoDaddy is just a domain registration. It's a domain registrar. Okay. So what we need to do is in order for me to use my web hosting provider, I need to be able to change this and point this into HostGator, and HostGator provided me their NS record. So that's what we need to do. We need to change this. So if you go manage, now here, at the moment it's pointing to as I mentioned, it's pointing to GoDaddy, and these are the default records. So to change this, you need to go into custom, and here you need to enter your own NS record. So I'm just gonna grab my NS record. Okay, so my NS records is ns2205.hostgator.com and 2206. Those are my NS record. Now you can't use this. These are my NS record. If you use this in your own NS record, you're simply saying that okay, point my domain, my registered domain from GoDaddy to Leo's HostGator because that's my account there. This is my account here. That's my account. So if you point your your NS record to these two records, well, you simply giving me your domain. I can go into my cPanel and create your domain, and then basically I can host that. Um, I can host that domain in my web hosting and build a website from there. So you don't want to do that. So these are just my records. Every single customers, they have their own NS record. So from here, we only need two NS records, and we simply click OK from here. And we will just click save. And that's how easy it is. Easy it is to change. Now, as you can see, they're still pointing to existing um, NS record. But if you need to log up, you need to be able to log up. Perhaps we don't need to. We can just refresh our screen, see if that changed. Oh, there you go. It changed it. Sometimes it doesn't change that, but make sure that changes. So that will take effect immediately because this domain is just registered, so it hasn't been propagated, to all other hosting provider, and 'cause that's how they broadcast the records. It's being propagation. So once it's propagated from uh, GoDaddy and it's been picked up by other hosting domain hosting provider, uh, that will take time. Usually it takes 24 to 48 hours for the record to change. But because this is it's just been registered about a few minutes ago, and so it's fine to change it. So now it's been changed. Now it's pointing to hostgator.com. Our next step now is to go into hostgator.com and build our own domain folder in there. So the next module we're going to talk about is working with cPanel. Understanding cPanel is is very, very important, because that's where you be working most of your nuts and bolts, um, in terms of setting up your domain folders and installing WordPress and all those other things which we're going to cover in this training. So I'm gonna end the session now. We changed the name server into HostGator, and I will see you on the next training video. Thank you for watching.